Hi, this is Brian Pash, one of the founding members of the Automotive Standards Council, and this video is entitled 5 in 5. 5 things you can do in 5 minutes to see if your Google Analytics 4 account is set up properly, because remember, on July 1st, your existing Google Analytics account will stop working, and you're going to need to make sure all the proper data and events are in your new GA4 account. The first thing you should know before going into Google Analytics is that over 100 companies got together to create standards for the event names in GA4. So every click, hover, swipe, and conversion is named the same thing regardless of which website platform or chat tool or digital retailing platform. Go to automotivestandardscouncil.com, download the specification so you know exactly what your vendors should be sending into your GA4 account. Now, let's do the 5 in 5, 5 things that you should be looking for in your Google Analytics 4 account. All right, this Google Analytics account has a message on the top bar. Google is saying that there are steps that need to be completed. Make sure that you check the Google recommendations. The 5 in 5 has nothing to do with any error messages that Google may have. This is specific to the automotive industry. The first thing you're going to do is to understand what is the measurement ID, the ID where events from your website, your digital retailing tool, where they should be going. And so to do that, we're going to click on the wheel in the bottom left-hand corner. And once we click on that wheel, we're going to click on Data Streams. And you should see your dealership there as one of the data streams. And I'm going to click on that, and there it is, the measurement ID. Please write that down. Now, you could have more than one Google Analytics account set up for your dealership website. I'm not going into that, but I'm assuming that this is the primary account where you want all the click, hover, swipe events going into. That measurement ID is important, because if you have a chat tool, a texting tool, a merchandising tool, a digital retailing tool sitting on your website, you need to make sure that each company knows which measurement ID they should be sending events into. That's very, very important. So, step number 1, write down your measurement ID and make sure that you've notified everyone who sits on your website that that's the primary measurement ID you want all events to go to. Now, let's go back to the home page. We're going to click on the upper left-hand corner, the little house icon. Now I'm going to click on Reports. And I'm going to wait a second until the screen comes up. Then I'm going to click on Engagement, and then I'm going to click on Events. You may want to do like I did, is put a few weeks of timeline in here up to the current date. Scroll down and let's list more than 10 events. So I'm going to click on this rows per page and go to 25. The next thing I'm going to do is in the search box here on the left, I'm going to type in ASC and hit the Enter key. And now it's going to show all the Automotive Standards Council events. Notice there's 13 events firing. Now remember, the website company will be responsible for throwing click, hover, swipe, conversion events from the website. You'll see media interaction, that's like photo gallery views and videos. ASC page view, every time a page is viewed. As you scroll down, you'll see CTA interaction every time they click on one of those get e-price or confirm availability buttons. But notice as we go down, we see form submission and form submission sales. Every form, every piece of information that's collected on your website should be sending a conversion event. That includes texting companies, chat companies, digital retailing companies. So you need to look at the specification. I don't see any ASC COM submission sales or ASC COM submission service in these events. That means that the chat company, if it's on the website, or the texting company is not sending events. I see ASC retail process, that's for the digital retailing tool. Every piece of software on your website should be sending ASC events. Some of you are going to have no ASC events or 2 or 3 ASC events. A fully configured website will probably have more like 15 to 20 ASC events. This is why it's important right now before July 1st to make sure all of your vendors are sending the proper event data into your account. That's 2 of the 5. Let's go to number 3. Back to the wheel, bottom left-hand corner. We're going to see if conversions are set. So I'm going to click on conversions here, and you'll notice click to call and form submission is set as conversions. Notice I don't see any comm submission, that would be for chat or text. I don't see any voice submission for phone call conversions. And I don't see the digital retailing engagement events that, well, could also be considered a very valuable conversion in a sales workflow. So in this case, even though there are some events marked as conversions and they are recommended, we have a list of recommended conversion events in the specification, and it's more than 2. So let's make sure that you have all the proper events, and then you know which ones to mark as a conversion. So now let's go to number 4 of our 5 and 5. Click on Custom Definitions, and you should see a list of about 30 to 35 custom dimensions here. Every event has associated parameters. They're called custom dimensions if you want to use them in reports, if you want to use them in your dashboards in GA4. For some of you, there are no custom dimensions listed. And that's why the specification is important. Some website companies created the custom dimensions. Others require you to create the custom dimensions. You need these custom dimensions if you want to have rich reporting and dashboards in GA4. And now the last thing in the 5 and 5. Scroll down and click on Google Ad Links. Most dealers are advertising on Google Ads. Could be VLAs, it could be Google Local through the Google My Business listing, or just SEM, buying keywords. You got to make sure that your agency is now connected to this new GA4 account and they're importing the conversion events that you've set. But remember, this dealer only had click to call and form submissions. Obviously, I know this dealer has chat, so those conversions were missing. I know this dealer uses one of the call tracking companies, and those phone call conversions are missing, which means that even though this account is connected, it's not going to be optimized properly if all the conversions are not set. But this is important to make sure that your Google Ads agency is using the right account, which has all the events and the right conversion events to optimize your campaigns. These 5 things are important for you to understand that your GA4 account is set up properly. If you need some more help or tips, go to automotivestandardscouncil.com and make sure you're ready for the July 1st cutover. I hope you found this video helpful, and please share it with your colleagues.